that, because I understand that for most of us currently on the call, we are really, really interested in getting to know more about cybersecurity, about DevOps, about data science, all of those tools. We're going to check that out. But for the most part, for the session today, what we're actually going to be doing is that we're going to be understanding how you can get a permanent residence or visa sponsorship if that's something you're looking for, or how you can get into remote roles, that's get remote jobs, of course, where you can work from home, you're living this your very best life, and then and in the Benjamins, if you understand what I mean by the Benjamins. Okay, or maybe you're looking to upgrade your career and you want to know how best can I make that switch. Okay, at the moment, this is what I'm doing right now, but you know what? I want to upgrade. I want to do something different. I want to do something more interesting. I'm currently bored. I'm currently bored of what I'm doing at the moment, and I want to do something better. So we are also going to explore that today, and we're going to do this in just give me an hour, 30 minutes of your time, and you're going to benefit a whole lot from this session. I'm Aisha, but don't worry, I'll get to introduce myself properly later. But just to ensure that we are all together, just to ensure that we are ready to go, I just need you to give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to dive into the session today. You're ready to understand how all of these technical courses can really, really help you get all of these things that you want, from visa sponsorship to remote opportunities, of course, also upgrading in tech as well. Thank you very much, Latif. Thank you, Losamba. Fantastic. Good to know that we're together. But I would have loved to get more responses, though. I can see that we have Kenneth. I can see we have Adiola on the call. I can see we have Opayemi on the call. Okay, so during the conversation, during this call, I want you to note that I'm not just going to be speaking and you listening. No, it's going to be we're going to be having a conversation. And in my books, the way conversations ensue is I speak, you speak, we all speak. But don't get me wrong, okay? Everyone is not going to unmute and speak. So what I'll be expecting is using the reactions, just like you're doing right now, using the chat box, just like you will do later. That's how we're going to communicate, and that's how we're going to have an amazing session today. Okay? So, enough talk. Let's dive into it. Let's dive into it. So, we're going to be focused on four main parts today. We're going to be checking out cybersecurity, data science or data engineering, any of them that you're looking to get into, and also DevOps engineering. But we're not just checking out the courses, like I mentioned. We're not just, this cybersecurity, this is what you're going to learn. Nah. That's not what we're looking at. But rather, we are looking at how these programs can help you achieve your goals, how these programs can help you achieve your dreams. For many of us right now, there's something bothering us, because of course we did fill we filled the form to indicate an interest in joining this particular session. So there's some of us that what we are currently worried about is our sponsorship. Okay, I want to get a visa sponsorship. I want to ensure my current visa, maybe you're currently a student and your student visa is running out and you need to get a job ASAP. How can these programs help you achieve that? Or you're looking to make a switch, you want to make a switch, you want to do something else. You currently are on this career path and you want to make it switch and do something else. How can this program assist you as well? That's what we're going to be checking out. So have that question in your mind right now, that how is this program going to help me? Because I'm going to be taking you through all of that. But first and first, in case this is the first time you're joining this kind of session, you've never been in an analytics session, so this is the first time you're joining an analytics session. So you might be wondering, who is analytics? What is analytics? Where is analytics? How is analytics? So analytics is a leading health tech company, and what we do is that we help you achieve your dreams, simply put. Every other thing is just extra information. What we do is that we help you achieve your dreams. That's what we do. That is what we do.
Yes.
So we have several programs.
Okay.
Yeah, great. Thank you very much. So we have programs in product design, data science, DevOps, all of that. And the reasons for each and every one of these programs is because we want to help you achieve your goals. Many of us, our goals is, oh, I want to get a job. I want to earn better. I want to do this. I want to do that. That is what we are here for. And if you joined the session quite early, you'd have listened to some of the testimonials about people in the past that we've been able to assist. We've been able to help over 2,000 plus individuals get jobs in tech directly from the classroom. These are people with no prior experience, and we're able to help them make that switch from the classroom to landing their first job in tech. But what about me, this individual that has been speaking for a while? Okay, especially this first time you're meeting me. I'm Aisha Mulahar, and I'm the head of learning strategy and operations at Analytics. So I have lots of experience, over 5 years of experience at the moment. I've been able to work across various industries, from EdTech to IT consulting to hospitality and also retail as well. I'm talking about FMCG. I've been worked with World Market in the US as well. So I've been able to work across several companies that as a growth consultant in Blue Hybrid in the UK, also as a senior IT consultant with Bed Dog Hospitality in the US, one of the largest hospitality companies in South Dakota in the US. And I've also been able to work with an organization in Canada called Canadian Women in Sports, where you have people that are interested in women's sports and they get to have some sort of a league. And so I was the manager in that particular initiative as well. And I've been able to train over 3,500 professionals across the various tech speeds, various tech space, if I may. And yeah, so this is I'm an operations leader, as you can see, and but we're not yet to listen to talk about me. They're not yet to listen to me talk about myself. Okay, but rather we are yet to understand something else. And what is that? We are yet to see how you can get your PR, that's your permanent resident, or your visa sponsorship, how you can upgrade your career, how you can get a remote job, or how you can learn tech the right way. That's what we're here to learn. That's what we're here to see. So, first and first, let's say you are interested. Are you interested in a PRO or visa sponsorship? That's the first question for you to ask yourself. Is this something that you're interested in? Because if it is, then you absolutely have to be very, very direct in the way you go about things. Because not every single job offers sponsorship, and not every single employer offers sponsorship. And usually when you're trying to get your PR or when you're trying to get your visa sponsorship, you are usually on a timeline where, you have just the next year, or you have the next couple of months. So you always have to be direct. You always have to be direct in your search. You always have to be direct in your strategy. So what should you be looking at? What should you be looking at? What should you be interested in? There are career paths that you should be taking a look at. And this career path do offer, you have a very, very high chance of getting what? Your visa sponsorship or your PR. I'm talking about roles like data science, that's working as a data scientist, as a DevOps engineer, a data engineer, or cybersecurity analyst. Now, did I know all of these things? Did I just sit and just say, oh, I'm going to put all of these things together in my slides? No, absolutely not. Unfortunately, we don't have all day to spend in this session. So when you get access to the slides, I want you to check out this particular website. So this is the UK government's website. For those of us in the UK, if you stay in the UK, I'm sure you should be familiar with the skilled worker visa check. That's the UK Gov website, where you see all of the roles which are available, which qualify for something called the skilled worker visa. Each and every one of these roles listed here, data science, DevOps engineer, data engineering, and also a cybersecurity analyst, all qualify for this. And I'll tell you why. Okay, I'm going to tell you the reason why these roles actually qualify for these things. Also in the US as well, there's job titles with the highest H-1B acceptance rate. If you're still in the US, these roles are also a part of it, top 4. And also in Canada as well, if you're looking at the provision nominee program, where you have that's talking about the priority streams, You are going to see all of these roles. And you can also get to know, say this if you're familiar with something called the Future of Jobs report. There's a report called the Future of Jobs report that is created by the World Economic Forum. They release this report every 2 years, and what this report contains, it shows the jobs that are only going to increase in demand in terms of opportunities, in terms of job creation, and it also shows those that are going to decrease in terms of opportunities, in terms of demand. That is, you're going to see roles that are being destroyed, and you're going to see roles that are being created. And of course, I'm sure you can already picture what I'm about to say. I'm sure you can already imagine the next thing I'm about to say, which is the data science role, DevOps engineering, data engineering, and cybersecurity analyst. The cybersecurity roles are part of the roles that are only growing in terms of demand. This report is a publicly available report, so you can easily click on this link to download the report, or you can just go on your browser and search for Future of Jobs Report 2025. It's a very long read, about 300 pages, if I'm not mistaken. So what you're really looking for is around page 297, if I'm not mistaken now. And if you check that out, you're going to see all of the jobs listed, the ones that are increasing in demand and the ones that are decreasing in demand. You can't say that you want to get a visa sponsorship role, that you need to get visa sponsorship, and you are trying to, and then you're learning something that is not relevant in today's world. You're learning something that is not part of what you have in the skilled worker visa list in the UK. You can't say that you want to get a PRO. You cannot say you want to get a visa sponsorship and you're trying to roll dice with your future. You can't do all of this. You can't make decisions without being well informed. And that is the reason why you're here, to know the right path to follow. So how do you go about this? How do you go about all of these things? These 4 parts I just mentioned, why are they relevant? Why are they relevant? Why are these parts, why are they high in demand when it comes, why are these parts qualified under roles that will land you a PRO or a visa sponsorship? Why? Easy. First thing first, let's look at cybersecurity. In this day and age, especially in 2026, if you're familiar with the tech space, you know that 2026 has been one of the years in this decade with the highest number of cyber attacks. In the year 2026 alone, the number of cyber attacks only in Q1, we just got into Q2 not so long ago. Only in Q1, we've had a very, very high number of attacks from banks to attacking companies to various kind of attacks. And because of this, you have so many countries, developed countries, you have these countries trying to find ways to bring in experts that will come in and help protect vital resources of these companies. It has never been a better time to be a cybersecurity analyst. And that's because of the numerous ways that hackers are coming up with in trying to get access to user data that they should not be having access to. Year in, year out, cybersecurity is always part of the visa sponsorship list. Even when this government, like the UK government, for instance, just last year, they revised the list. Even after the revision, cybersecurity was still a part of it. Because cybersecurity is not going anywhere. Even with the advent of AI now, you have people now finding new ways to scam individuals. Cybersecurity is only becoming even more relevant. And then next you have the data engineers. For the data engineers, no. Before I even go into that, if I ask you, right now, what is the biggest thing at the moment? What has been the biggest thing since the start of 2020, 2021? It's AI. AI has been like this crazy thing. Growing up, we always heard about AI. We used to see AI in movies where you see these robots trying to take over the world. Is there anyone on the call that has watched this movie, I, Robot? Okay, is there anyone there that has watched I, Robot? There's no one. It's a very old movie. Oh, Latif, you have. Thank you very much, Latif. So, on iRobot, what you notice, okay, I think Wahab has also watched the movie. I believe that's supposed to be a thumbs up. Okay. So, iRobot, what's happening in that movie is that you had like this robot taking over, blah, blah, blah. And that movie was set in 2025 or 2024. I know it was set in a year that we've already like passed because then when the movie came out, you'd be like, oh, 2025 is still so far in the future. Okay, but what happened? You had these robots taking over, but that's just on a side note. So right now, we are now living in the AI reality. Before, AI used to be the future. We used to say, oh, AI is the future, AI is the future. AI is no longer just the future. AI is now the present as well. What you used to hear when you were a kid or when you were a teenager, that, oh, there's this AI, there's this AI, there's this AI, that is the reality you are living right now. And the way AI works, it works on something called data. It's AI is trained on data. It is trained on data. Trained on data. Large data, lots and lots and lots of data. But who are the orchestrators of data? Who are the orchestrators of data? The orchestrators of data are the data engineers. The data engineers. They are the orchestrators of data. They are the ones that get data from where it is to where it is needed. Because of AI, data engineers have even become even more relevant. Data engineering is more like a consequence. The increase in data engineering, in data engineering roles, is like a consequence of the increase in AI roles. It's like, is there any economists in the house? Is there anyone here that's an economist? No one here is an economist? Okay. In economics, there's something about demand. There's something where if you have like two different, what's it called? You have, let's say, two items where if the demand of one item increases, the demand of the other item would increase. I've forgotten what's called. That's not economist here. Okay. So that's what data engineering, that's how data engineering and AI, that's the same principle, where due to more models being built, you get things like, oh, we are building data centers, or what to have a data center in space, those kind of things. Due to all of those things, data engineering roles are also increasing. And because of the need, and the thing is, data engineers are scarce. Data engineers are scarce. Data engineers are scarce. So Latif is saying, so Latif, yeah, law of demand and supply, but there are different types of demands. There's a demand I'm looking for, a type of demand where two things increase at the same time. That's what I was looking for. But when you see for data engineering, as I was saying, data engineering, qualified and great data engineers are scarce. They are not common in today's market. And so you have every company, every country trying to lay their hands on the best data engineers. That's the reason why data engineers also appear on the visa sponsorship list. You have to think about it this way. These countries that are saying, when a country says, oh, we want you to come in, you can come in via the tech route or H1B route or skilled worker route, they are not doing this because they love you. They are doing this because they have a need in the country, a shortage of valuable talent. So as long as you have that talent, you become valuable. And of course, we're not forgetting about data science. Where data science, as a data scientist, you are a STEM professional. When you hear about STEM, you usually get it like science, technology, engineering, and maths. Data science is categorized strictly as what? Strictly as a STEM skill. And this skill helps you fast track your permanent residency in many nations like Canada, talking about the Canada Express Entry STEM. And then also you have the US EB2 National Interest Waiver. So if you're a data scientist, you qualify for a lot of STEM opportunities. You qualify for a lot of what? STEM opportunities. And then you also have the DevOps engineer. For the DevOps engineer, still very, very high in demand. And why? Because you have organizations that now the world is very fast paced. And what that means is that before you do something, there's another thing that's now in vogue. And so you have different applications, different companies making changes to their products, making changes to their applications, making changes to the way they utilize, to the way they market to individuals. And so because of this, you need a DevOps engineer that's at the middle of things, in between development and operations, always ensuring that there's a smooth deployment whenever the developers say, oh, this is a new product, they're able to push that to the operations, push that to the market quickly. And whenever there's an issue with any application, there's a very, very easy rollback. These things are things that you should be taking a look at. And for each and every one of those roles, you have a lots of opportunities, lots and lots of money that has been added to the global market. Looking at the $4.4 trillion, for instance, has been added annually to the global economy. And then you have 95% of new digital initiatives built on cloud native platforms. Talking about what? Talking about DevOps. 60% of global talent shortage in data engineering and cybersecurity. All of these reports are things I would have really loved us to go in depth in, but again, we have to move, right? We have to move. So this is what I was talking about, the different roles. This is the World Economic Forum, okay? The World Economic Forum, the WEF. And what you notice here, these are the roles that are very, very high in demand. The ones on the left are increasing in terms of demand, and the ones on the right are decreasing in terms of demand. So when you are trying to pivot, when you're trying to get a new role, you always want to ensure that you're falling under this, where you have roles like the big data scientist, which is a data science role, also a data engineering role, and then you have security management specialist, which is a cybersecurity role. Then you have your data warehousing specialist, which is a data engineering role. These blue lines show the number of jobs that are going to be added, and each and every one of these lines represents represents millions and millions of jobs. And these are roles. This is showing you job growth and decline between 2025 to 2030. And of course, over here, you have DevOps engineers. These roles, these 4 in-demand roles, also do what? Also offer remote opportunities. You want to work remotely. I've been able to work in my career. I've been able to work in about 5 countries. That's Australia and Singapore being included. My profile is such that I have organizations reaching out, telling me that they would like me to collaborate with them on certain projects. And for the most part, I usually work remotely with these teams. Sometimes I could even decide that, oh, you know what? I want to go on vacation, and I'm still able to work across the world. When I worked with a company in Singapore, I did not have to travel to Singapore. And many of us want to be able to have that kind of life as well. Many of us want to be able to enjoy life. We have spouses, we have kids. We want to be able to spend time with our family while also doing the best we can for our career. And if that's you, then you should be looking at those roles again. The data or cloud engineer who designs and builds data pipelines and cloud infrastructure. Talking about the DevOps, the data scientist that builds machine learning models and forecast future outcomes. Machine learning models, which of course are the foundations of everything AI. And of course, you can also see the median salary. The DevOps engineer that automates deployment and you manage infrastructure, the infrastructure of an organization. And of course, the cybersecurity expert that helps detect threats and secure systems, data, and network. In each and every one of these roles, from each and every one of these roles, which do you think you fit properly in? If you've not yet made your decision, don't worry, we are coming. We're going to get there very soon. So how do you get hired? Talking about you want to work remotely. How are you going to get hired remotely? For you to get hired remotely, first of all, these four roles are fantastic. And why? Let me tell you the reasons why it's very easy to get remote opportunities in any of these roles. Because as a cybersecurity specialist, for one, you usually have to monitor systems 24/7. You don't have to monitor the systems in the office now. So all of the platforms that you use most times, all of the infrastructure that you're working on to monitor the company 24/7 to ensure that the company is protected from any sort of breach, you can do all of that remotely. And so organizations, even in this day and age where you have companies trying to crack down on remote roles, these roles are roles that organizations, that companies are still willing to let go in terms of, oh, you know what, you can work absolutely remotely, or at least in an hybrid format. Or are you talking about DevOps? DevOps, where every single thing you do from point A to point Z is totally in the cloud. There's no reason, absolutely no reason why as a DevOps engineer you need to be in the office. There's nothing you are doing in the office. Every single tool you are using as a DevOps engineer lies in the cloud. Same thing for a data engineer as well, and a data scientist. It's very, very easy for you to get remote opportunities in these roles more than others. And that's because you don't need to be physically in the location to get your work done. So to get these roles, what then do you need? Two things: easy, straight to the point, simple. You need the skills and you need the experience. The skills, of course, talking about say you are a DevOps engineer, for instance, you need to understand how CI/CD works. You need to understand Jenkins. You need to do all of those things. You need to be able to solve problems. You need to be able to understand businesses. And you need to be technically proficient. And of course, for the experience, you do need the experience. I know that it's a bit interesting because right now you might be like, oh, I should say, but I don't have experience. That's fine. The beauty of it is that there are two ways you can get experience. You can get experience either by working on the job, or you can get experience either by working outside the job, by working on the project. Talking about real use cases, hands-on experience, industry relevant projects, and most importantly, having a balanced portfolio, a fantastic portfolio. That is how we know what works. At the start of the session, I told you that we've been able to help over 3,000 individuals transition, land jobs in tech. And these are people that did not have prior experience. The 3,000 are people that did not have a prior experience. I'm not talking about people now that had like lots and lots and lots of experience in the past. No. I'm talking about those that had no prior experience. And we can help you too. How can we help you? How can we get you there? We can get you there by first holding your hand. You are a beginner, you are confused. Oh, I should say, I want to get into tech, but I don't know where to start from. I want to get into tech, but I don't know what to do. I'm scared. I don't know the right path, the right place to go to. I go on YouTube, I see 1,001 videos, and I don't know what to watch. I need someone to guide me. I need someone to point me, to hold my hand. I need someone to tell me that click on this, don't do this, don't do that, do this, do that. That is why we are here for you. From day one until you land your first tech job, we don't disappear. We are constantly helping you out, constantly providing everything that you need for you to be able to skill up and for you to be able to land your dream jobs. Then the employability services as well. From your CV revamp to your LinkedIn optimization to your interview prep, weekly mentorship, daily job postings, a reference letter that you can also get as well to help you out with your sponsorship search. All of these things we handle. We have sessions guiding you on how you can get sponsorship. We have professionals that you can speak to get clarity. Because we are here to help you, to help your dreams come true. During the introduction, when I introduced Analytics, I said, and I quote, Analytics is the company that makes your dreams come true. If you forget everything, don't forget that. one-on-one career consultation as well. A private conversation with a senior tech expert, not a general group call. You can have a one-on-one conversation where you have a personalized strategy built around your background and your goals. And of course, our track record. But I'm not going to spend time talking about this because the work speaks for itself. How do you go ahead to learn? You learn in a project-based environment where you're utilizing the LMS. On your LMS, you have what we call the watch me do it videos that you get to watch that introduces you to concepts. You get to work on case studies, and you take that knowledge and go to class and work on the good more case studies where you have a facilitator guiding you. And you are able to book a daily drop-in session where anytime you feel stressed, or there's something I don't understand from this video, or there's something from our last class that I don't really get, you can book a session at any time you are available, Monday to Friday, to speak with someone and tell them that this is the problem I'm having. Help me fix it. Which other place can you get that? I repeat, you have the ability to book a session every single day to get what you need. And of course, how you stand out. Everything I've mentioned, your CV review, your LinkedIn, navigating the job market sections, job reference letter, on the job support, each and every one of these things. And will help you build a standard portfolio. Because you need a great portfolio if you're looking to get a job. Sorry, it's the truth. But don't forget, I mentioned earlier that we hold your hand. So you have videos that will guide you on how to build your portfolio. You have people you can reach out to when you're having challenges with your portfolio. We know how relevant it is, how important it is that you have a portfolio, and so we help you out in each and every one of those things. And you can listen to the videos, you can listen to the testimonial videos that are people that we've been able to help. But we don't have all day. Okay, we do not have all day, so I'm not going to be able to go into all of this. Okay, but even in this session right now, you are also going to see, you're also going to get to view the work from some of our participants currently in the program, what they've been able to achieve in just a couple of months. And they're going to be coming up very, very soon. They're going to be coming up very, very soon to show you, so it doesn't seem like ICSI is the one that's just saying, just speaking. And you get to hear from others like you as well. But before we go into that, as a data scientist, what are you learning? As a data scientist, what are you learning? As a data scientist, you're learning statistics. Instead of what are you learning, let's go into what will you be building. Let's go into what will you be building? Because I think that's what would really help you understand what it means to be a data scientist. And not just, you're going to learn Python, you're going to learn this, you're going to learn all of that. But rather, we should go with what will you be building? So instead, we're going to take the presentations, okay? We're going to take the presentations from our participants that would get to show you what they've built, and you get to see what you're going to be building as well, even more, something even more. Okay, so we're going to begin with Chukwemeka. So Chukwemeka, are you with us at the moment? Are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. I'm good.
Okay. Fantastic. Yeah. Can you turn on your camera, please, so I can spotlight you so everyone can see you?
Okay, can you see me now? Okay.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. Yes, yeah. We can see you. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to spotlight you now, and then, of course, you can go ahead and share your screen and just take it from there. And then I'll just ask a couple of questions at the end.
Okay, thank you very much for having me. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, a real opportunity. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, good evening, everyone. So I'll be sharing my screen shortly. Just a moment. Okay, please confirm you can see my screen, please.
Yes, we can. You can go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very, very much. So, like he introduced me. My name is Chukwemeka Nwankwo. So I'm currently in 10 analytics as a data engineering student. Okay, so to avoid wasting time, I will just go to a project I have before you. Just one project that I did that I want to present, and the topic is sales intelligence platform. Sales intelligence platform, and it's focused on OLTP and OLAP retail data pipeline. So now you can be wondering, what is OLTP? OLTP is online transaction processing, and OLAP simply means online analytical processing. Now, OLTP is simple, a system that is that is optimized for transactional processes, but OLAP is another system which is optimized for analytical reporting. So it's used to derive insights and to drive business decisions. So they're both different terminologies. Okay, so the essence of this project anyway is to see how a retail data set, okay, can be transformed into an analytical one that can be used to drive business decisions. And like I would say, the objective is to have a retail data set being of two forms, OLTP and OLAP. Okay, now let's look at the problem that this business faces. Now, most retail organizations are faced with problems like fragmented data sources. Like we don't have a single source of truth. We have data all over the places, but no single source of truth. Okay, and these data come in inconsistent formats, and that actually leads to a slow reporting workflows. So, and that makes the analyst, like for example, not to generate the insights that can drive business people, okay, that can that drive business decisions. So these are the problems that this project is solving. Okay, so now let's look at the architecture of this project. The architecture of this project. So it starts with just a raw retail data set, which is fragmented and which is not normalized, so to say. It's not normalized. So you have data like customer name, for example, the order ID, the location, and all of that. They're just scattered. So they're raw retail data sets. So our aim is to do what? Is to, first of all, extract them, okay, using what is called ETL process. So we're going to extract this raw data sets and do what? And clean it and remove duplicates, for example. So when we extract it and clean it, and we do what? We transform it. Now this transformed data set is now loaded into the Postgres. Okay, so now when we load it, then we split it into two layers. One is called the OLTP layer, and the second one is called the OLAP layer. And finally, the architecture ends by having what is called analytics and insights. So at this stage is where we test to make sure that it's working by having some queries. Okay, now let's enter into OLTP, the transactional design, OLTP. So this OLTP transactional design actually consists of tables like payments, customers, orders, product, locations. Now, like I said before, we now normalize it. Before, they are not normalized. Okay, so we now normalize it and made them to have tables like payments, customers, orders, products, and locations. Now, why are we normalizing it? To reduce what is called redundancy and to make sure that we have data integrity. Okay, that's why we're doing that. Okay, now all these tables are linked together. They have a relationship by what is called the primary keys and the foreign keys, as you can see on my table. Now, so having done the transactional model, we now go to the OLAP, which is the analytical model. So in this model, we use what is called star schema, a star schema. Now, in a star schema, we have a central fact table, a central fact table. Now, it is surrounded by the dimension tables. Now, this fact table consists of something that you can aggregate. I mean, something that contains what is called like numbers. For example, the amount, the quantity, and the profits. Something that is measurable. Okay, measurable. Okay, the price, the quantity, the profits, they're measurable. But the dimension tables, which in this case, customer dimension table, date dimension, the product dimension, the location dimension, the payment dimension, all these things are not actually measurable. They are descriptive. They are used to give analytical context. Okay, analytical context. So it is. So this table is actually optimized for analysis and reporting. While this one is just used for transactional processes or transactions. Okay. So now I want to dive into the demo, the live demo. So you can see me now. I'm going to show you how I extracted the raw data, and I now transformed it. Then before I now load it into the database or data warehouse. So join me as I do that. So I'm going to click this link now, and it will take me to my project folder. Okay, so this is my project folder, and I'm going to go straight to my VS Code. So I'm going to my VS Code so that you can see how all these things are done. Okay. All right. So I'm going to close all this. Just a moment. Let me close all this. Close all this. Okay, so this is my project folder. First of all, I need to show you my data sets, my raw data sets, because I have three data sets here. I have clean data set, which is empty. You can see it is empty. The raw data set is here. Transactional data is also what here is empty. So what I have presently is only my raw data set. Okay, so let me open it so you can see how it is. So you can see it is not normalized. It is not normalized. Okay, you have the order ID, the amount, the profit, the quantity, and so on and so forth. So you remember I told you the essence of showing you this thing is just to show you how it is before. So I want to show you now. Okay, if I go to my images, you can see what I want to achieve. So I want to achieve this structure. Okay, so I want to make sure I have all these tables like payment tables, customers, orders, products, and location tables, and the others. Okay, now let me show you how I do that. So first of all, I will go to my data cleaning where so this one is just to extract and transform the data. So first thing first, I install pandas. Okay, pandas is a library in Python, just a module. Okay, so we install it. Okay, so when we install it, we also import it. So let me run this. So just see pip install pandas, import pandas as PD. So let me run this. Just a moment. Okay. All right. So this particular cell has run. I've installed pandas. I've also imported pandas. This PD is just an alias. Okay, now the second step is to do what? Is to load and inspect this raw data. That is to extract this raw data. So do that. So that is what this particular cell is doing. Okay. So pd.read CSV is in CSV format. Is a raw CSV file. So pd.read CSV. Okay. Then I also use df.head and df.info. df.head is to get the five rows, the first 5 rows of this data set to inspect it. df.info is used to check the data types, okay, if there's no values there, and so on and so forth. So I'll run this as well. Okay, you can see it ran. So you can see that I have the columns, the order ID, the amounts, the profits, the quantity. So I've extracted this data. Okay, so now I need to check for duplicates. Okay, so I'll just run this one. So there's no duplicate. It's false. There's no duplicates. Okay, now I want to show you something. So you can see that these columns are not in the proper form. It will not be useful for analysis. So let's keep it in a form that can help analysis. So order ID, there's a space between order ID, for example. So I need to remove that space and put a hyphen there. And also I want to make sure that everything is in small letters. So that is what the next cell achieves. So it is called standardizing the column names. So I removed the leading and trailing lines. I converted everything to lowercase. Then I replaced the empty space by hyphen. Okay, and so on and so forth. That is what I did here. So when I run it as well, okay, yeah. So it is done. So now let me inspect it. Okay, so I'll now run this one as well. Okay, so you can see the right form now. So you can see that all in what? Small letters, okay, or lower cases, and they're now standardized. You have hyphen in place of the empty space, and so on and so forth. They are good to go now. So now I also have some issues. For example, my dates is not in the right form. So I have to make sure, because this CSV file, the date is in string form. It's in string form. So what I did here was to do what? Convert that string format to what? A date format. Okay? So that when the analysts are using it, they will make sure that it's a date format. Okay. So then I also convert my year month to proper date time. Then I also converted my amount and profits is also in what? Floats. In floats. Yeah. Why? Because I can have my amount, for example, 12.5 pounds.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting. So we have about 5 more minutes. Okay. But
okay. Sorry. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. So now, after standardizing it now I created my dimension tables. Okay. So this cell is to do what? Create dimension what? So I'm going to run this as well. Just a minute. So I run this. Okay. So then this is my what? Dimension table. So now this is the main work. So I'm now creating all the tables I need. For example, the product dim, okay, the customer table, the payments, the locations, and also the date dimensions. So when I did that as well, it ran. Okay, so all dimension tables are what? Created successfully. Now, I now matched my IDs. Okay, back to the main data. So I'm just rushing because of time. We don't have time, so I'm just rushing. I'm sorry. Then also I created my what? My fact tables. So all these things run. Then I exported. Now the data is clean now, so I need to export it. So when I do this, so you can see here, at my left hand side that all these are now clean data sets and they're now normalized, then all normalized. Okay, now okay, let me just read this code just a moment. Okay, then this one is my transaction tables, the one for OLTP. So I also created it as well. So around this for my transaction OLTP. So transaction tables exported. Then I also export the transaction tables as well. So I exported it as well. Okay, so it's exported now. So after that, I have to check my transaction table. My transaction table, you can see that all there. So I now have two tables, the one for OLAP and the one for OLTP. So these tables are now created. So I have successfully extracted, I've successfully transformed the tables. Now I'm going to load all these transform tables to my database. So the first thing to do is to come here and do another file. So this file is called load to database. So it's created to do what? To load data to the database or warehouse. So now I did the connection. So but before I do that, I want to show you what to do. Here I'm trying to create a connection between the data warehouse and this my Python. So what do I do? So I have to first of all come to my Postgres and create a database. So database, let's call it flowcart. Okay, I save it. All right, so it's now created. Now I'll now go back to my I'll now create a connection. So these details are my Postgres. So I now create what? A database. So I now have a connection now, okay, to my database. It's created. Okay, so the next step now is to create tables. Now I'm going to create first of all a schema. So I need to have two schemas, one for the transaction and one for what? The data warehouse. So that is what this is doing. So I create first of all my tables and my schema. So that's what I'm doing now. Okay, so tables what? Created. Then for my OLTP tables as well. So I'm going to run it. Okay, so it has created now. So I have two tables now. They're all created. Now the essence of this is just to prevent duplicating sats, which I'm going to run as well. Okay, so then I've created my table. Now I need to insert these data. Okay, the data's here, the transaction data here for OLCP and OLAP. So I need to insert them into the database, all of them. So that is what this is doing. So when I click here, so it also runs. So I've done it now. So now I'm going to use that function to insert the data. So this particular function. Okay, so I've done it now. Okay, so that's what it's doing. So then I insert in correct order. Okay, so I've inserted everything into what? The database, both OLAP and what? And OLTP. And I'm going to close my connection. So I'll close my connection. So connection is what? Closed. Now I'm going to go to my database or my data warehouse to see what I have done. So remember we created FlowCart. So when I come to FlowCart, I'll just refresh it. So I will refresh it. So when I refresh it, then I'll go to the schemas. So you can see there are two schemas now. I mean, three schemas. Public is by default. So the one I created was FlowCart for OLAP and Transact for OLTP. Okay, that's what I did. Now, when you click on, for example, FlowCart, when you check the tables, okay, check the tables. So these tables are existing in that particular word schema. When you also check for the other schema, which is for transaction, the transacts, okay, so you can see as well that the tables are also what existing. Let me click on it. So the tables are also existing in both what tables. So, and if you want to check the ERE diagram, also can come here and click on this and check for ERD schema. So you can see that there is a connection between all these tables. Okay, so this is a connection. So this is for the OLAP. There's a connection between all the what tables. Okay, I think I will stop here. I don't know if I still have time or should I still go for that?
Yeah, thank you very much, Chukwemeka. That was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Just for the guys, because I'm sure some people are currently looking at your screen and wondering, oh, what's Chukwemeka is doing right now is so amazing, so fantastic. But then they're trying to wrap their heads around that to really get the concept. So could you say 2 lines, just give us an explanation, 2 lines of what you've been able to achieve, the problem that you've currently solved?
Okay, so I will just say that we have a retail data, okay, that are scattered, that cannot help us to get a single source of truth. So what I did was that I simply extracted this raw data set, okay, and did what? I transformed them. Then I normalized them, making them to be in like different tables, which will help the analyst to perform their queries, to drive business decisions. Because in the raw state, they cannot drive that, they cannot get the insight they want to get. Okay? Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Chukwemeka. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So you've been able to take that raw data of this particular company, normalize it into tables that would now be easier for analysis to be carried out for quick decision making. Absolutely fantastic, Chukwemeka. Before you go, do you mind telling us what cohorts are you a part of at the moment?
Okay, I'm in February cohorts. Yeah, February.
February cohorts. Yes. That's just like 3-4 months ago.
Yes.
And you learned all of this. You've literally just completed a data engineering project. You learned all of this.
It's really amazing. It's really amazing. Yes, we work hard. It's not easy, but we put much effort. We burn the midnight candles. It's not easy, but we keep pushing. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chukwemeka, for gracing us with your presence and showing us what you've been able to accomplish in this past couple of months. We really do appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So everyone, Chukwemeka is a data engineer in training, and he has just shown us how he worked on a fantastic end-to-end data engineering project where he took the raw data and then converted it, built a pipeline, pushed it to a database, and now made it analysis ready. That's the work of a data engineer. That is the work of a data engineer. And if you want to be a data engineer, remember, at the start, we talked about getting into how you can get your permanent residency or your visa sponsorship in all of these roles, how you can go ahead to land remote jobs with each and every one of these roles. So now you are also seeing what you are going to be learning. And it's quite amazing. It's quite fascinating. Chukwemeka had no prior knowledge of all of these things. This is that he has just shown you. That means if you are a beginner, you are a complete beginner, you absolutely absolutely can't get to this point and would transcend. Because guess what? It's not yet done with the program. So there's a whole lot more to come for him and for you. And we still have one more presentation. We still have one more presentation from Vincent. Hello, Vincent. Are you with us?
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So, can you turn on your camera so we can spotlight you?
Oh, okay.
All right, great. So good to see you, Vicent. So, how are you doing? How are you doing today?
Yeah, good. I'm fine. Thanks for giving me the
Okay,
opportunity, and it's good to be here.
fantastic. And what are you going to be showing us? What are you going to be taking us through?
So basically, it's just about talking. I'll be talking more about cybersecurity. I know you've said a lot about it, and
Yeah.
but I'm just here to just add my own little my 2 cents. So
Okay.
basically, I'll just be sharing a capstone project as regards penetration testing. Let me just quickly share my screen. One
Go
second,
ahead,
please.
please.
Yeah, bear with me. Okay. Second. Oh, can't share screen. 1 second, please. Okay. Sorry, everyone. Just trying to figure this out.
So while we wait on Vicent, so guys, Vicent is a cybersecurity professional. No, that's one of the roles that we've talked about as well today. And he's going to be taking us through a project that he worked on, a pen testing project. What is pen testing? Who is a pen tester? A pen tester is a hacker, but a good hacker, you'd say. Okay, if, like there are two kinds of hackers. There's the bad one and there's the good one. So a pen tester tries to find vulnerabilities in a company system so that they get to fix it before people that are bad or terrible get to discover those vulnerabilities and then use that to get access to the company systems. So as a pen tester, you are more of an attacker. There's something in cybersecurity called the blue team and the red team. So as a cybersecurity analyst, as a pen tester, as a penetration tester, you are the attacker. And you're using various tools to try to figure out areas that the company's devices or the company's systems might be lacking and get to fix all of that. And that's what Vicent is going to be showing us soon. Okay, so Vicent, almost there.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you're wondering, so while we're waiting, okay, so Vicent is good to go.
Yeah. So please tell me what you can see, guys.
Yeah, we can see a document reading capstone project on pen testing.
Okay, so I'm supposed to be sharing something. Hmm?
And if cybersecurity is something that you're interested in, there are various paths to cybersecurity. You have the SOC analyst, you have the pen testers, you have the threat intelligence, and you also have the GRC as well. So for the SOC analyst, you're more of a defender. You're trying to you're protecting the company. It's like you are with a shield. Okay, you're with a shield and you're protecting the company from every single attacks. And then as the pen tester, you are with a spear and you're poking the company's systems, trying to figure out loopholes and gaps. I think that's like the best explanation of the different parts. And then you also have the threat intelligence engineer as well. Okay, and of course the GRC expert, who you're more in the compliance side. You're more about ensuring that the company is following all of the rules governing compliance data, and every other thing. So we're currently on. So what we can see right now is your classroom.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to get its slides from there because for some reason I'm not able to share the slides.
Okay.
So sorry, guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
so have you found it?
Yeah, found it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm making this big. Yeah, so can everyone see my screen now?
Yes, we can. Although you might want to zoom out a bit.
All right, so doing that right away. How about this?
Fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, better. You can go ahead, please.
Yeah. All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Vincent, and I'm sorry to for the delay. Just trying to figure some things out. Yeah, but essentially, the work I've done so far, it's more about vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. So um, the assignment or the project mainly is about looking to see how we can simulate attacks, and of course to more it's more about being proactive. So basically, so I'll try as much as possible to explain while not going into the technical parts because that might be a bit too much at this point. But generally speaking, like I mentioned earlier, it's about vulnerability assessments and penetration testing. So we've got tools that we use. We've got the Nexus, which you can see here. We've got the Bob suite, and we've got the SQL map. So the Nexus is one of those tools where we can use for vulnerability assessment. We can do like a web scan, we can do application scan. But in this situation for not breach fintech, it's more about web scanning just to see what bots or what can be exploited by attackers. So I know the best way for prevention is for the best way to prevent that attack is to actually see it happening, like simulating it and see where the loopholes are. Then you can make the necessary corrections. So we use Nexus for that, and we've also used the Bob suite. I'm sure a lot of us we've heard of brute forcing. So Bob suite is one of the tools where you can use to brute force and get password and be able to exploit devices and networks. And of course, the SQL map is just for command injections, and you'll be able to like throw in some commands. Then once you are able to do that, then it brings up results that ideally you're not supposed to see. Yeah. So going back to the Nexus that I mentioned earlier, so it's, like I mentioned, is a tool that goes to scan like the web. So once you scan, you're able to see this result. So, but it comes in this format. Let me just go straight to it. It comes in this format. However, just for the sake of the slide, so this is Nexus that you are looking at this point. So after you run the scan for a while, it takes some period of time, of course. Then you get these results. So if you click on each of these red, orange, yellow, if you click on it, you'll be able to see more information as regards what the 3 is about, what the 13 is about. So these are, these are like the findings after running the scan. So some of these scans are critical, which means that you need to take immediate action. Some of them are high that you have to still move very fast. Then some of them are low, some of them are medium. So depending on or what you need to get done, or once you finish your scan, you'll be able to like see all this, and this can be achieved by knowing how to make use of the Nexus tools. Yeah, and this is, like I said, the evidence of the web scan, as you can see. That being said, going to the second tool, which is the Bob suite. That Bob suite is mainly what it does is you're able to do like a brute force attack. You have like password list that you can go through. Then when you do all this, you'll be able to like break into the system, see. It starts with putting in maybe the username and you don't know the password. So once you put the wrong password, then you can then go straight into the Bob suite. I know this is not really very clear at this moment, but this is just like a screenshot of the Bob suite in its work. So it runs different passwords with different username. It takes time. Then at the end of the day, you are able to get the right password. Then this is just the simulation showing that this is possible on this particular website. So we're able to do that. And the implication of all this is this. Once you do all these simulations and you realize that you can break into something or you can simulate attacks, then it means that the not breach fintech is not safe. If a random person can gain unauthorized access to admin accounts, then they can compromise people's accounts. They can from there do lateral movements, move from somebody's profile to another profile, escalate privileges, and they can also be able to do things. And that is where you start getting emails, not knowing where it's coming from. Or in some instances, they can even get remote access where somebody is probably in UK, for example, and they're somewhere in Nigeria trying to do some things. So this is one of the effect of brute force attacks, and of course, compromise, like I said. So this screenshot, which is not really clear once again, permit me guys, it's just what it is, but I try to put this screenshot so that you can have an idea of what the Bob Suit tool is. So here is me putting the wrong password, and this is me using a password list that you can see here, trying to simulate to get the correct password, and which I was able to do. Then yeah, the last bit of it, which is the SQL injection, is just putting in some, it's more or less like manipulating the database. So at the end of the day, like Isosa mentioned earlier, we're in the world of data now. So imagine you manipulating some things and you're getting raw data and you're then exploiting it. And when I mean raw data, putting in the SQL injection, the command lines, and you're able to see people's password, people's names, sensitive information that ideally you're not supposed to see, and once you're able to run this, which is a very critical, the severity is critical, because imagine a healthcare system and you go to their website and you're able to run some SQL injections, and you're seeing high profile clients, and you're seeing their records, you're seeing their health history, and you're exploiting things like this. So this is what can be achieved. And just like I said, this is one of the tools we also use, evidence of exploitation. So this is my Kali, which we normally use, as the attacker during our cohorts. And you can see here, this is the user showing people's names. I don't know if it's still clear enough. Then this is like the password hash, and this is the password itself. So imagine running a command and you're able to see all this just because you've done a penetration testing. So, but the ultimate goal for all this is to is just to establish that there's vulnerability, and also there's there's threats that attackers can exploit. So, and this is like the attack chain compromise. Imagine if you're doing a brute force to get an access, then you run an SQL injection, then you're not able to even gain command of a whole system. That is where we take it extra mile to go to that level of ransom, or hijacking a network, and telling them that we've got access to your company's data, to your client's data, and we're going to put it out there. Imagine a company in this kind of situation and it goes out there, then people will lose trust in the system. It can even go as far as financial issues. The company might lose their licenses and things like that. So these are the things that companies like Northbridge, they try to make sure that it doesn't happen to them. So that is why one of the importance of a penetration tester in cybersecurity. They get employed, they simulate attack just before the real hackers, that is the bad guys, before they do all this. Then they're able to see the weaknesses, the vulnerability that can be exploited, and they then try to make sure that doesn't happen, so that at the end of the day, even if somebody somewhere is trying to do something dodgy, then at the end of the day they are too late. It doesn't work for them. So yeah, that being said, it's just attack. But At the end of this whole attack, as a penetration tester, you need to speak to the board members, the people that don't really know the technicalities of these things. I believe everybody on this call, they are looking to, try their hands in cybersecurity one point or another. But even if it's in your daily life, at the end of the day, when you're speaking to people, they might not know, the basis of the technicalities. But when you're delivering or letting them know the importance of what you've done, you also have to share like, the recommendations, what you've discovered. And this is one of the recommendations for Northbridge FinTech that I was able to come up with. We have to do for immediate action, long-term action and short-term action, because there has to be business continuity. So imagine applying a long-term action in a situation where you can't even stop the process. So you have to be strategic, implementing all these things. And like I said, when you discover that there has been an attack, the first thing is you have to remove. You can segregate the network, remove credentials. You can go as far as implementing firewalls, which is like the short-term approach. You can deploy multi-factor authentication for all users, just to make sure that it is the real user indeed who is in the system that you are trying to hit the bad guys out. And of course, adopting secure SDLC, and just exploring long-term solution. And of course, there's something we call security information events management system, which helps you to monitor the network, see what everybody is basically doing, because sometimes there's false positive. Sometimes an average employee can just enter a password wrongly, which is normal. Even I myself, sometimes when I'm logging in, sometimes to maybe Instagram, I use the wrong password, but it doesn't mean that somebody is trying to break in. So, but over time, when you have tools like the same tools, you're able to identify and see which one is actually genuine and not genuine. So, yeah, and like I said, you're speaking to the board members and all that, so you have to make sure that you're able to communicate. So basically, cybersecurity is not just about technicalities. It's also being able to report whatever you find, be it you're using the Nexus, you're using the Bob suits, you're using whatever the case may be. Even if let's even digress to the state of maybe a SOC analyst, for example, whatever it is they're doing, maybe the firewalls, and they're trying whatever they discover, they still have to express it to people. So point is, while you're doing the technical point of it, you still have to know how to report to the board members, the shareholders, just so that they are carried along and they know the importance of cybersecurity, and then they can take necessary actions just to back up to beef up the system, because the end goal is securing the system, securing networks and devices, and to make sure that no intruder is getting into the company, and to make everything safe. So so this is all I can share for now. But regarding the technicalities, you have to, one thing that I enjoyed about cybersecurity is you tend to play with the tools. Every single time I go back to the tools, I learn new things, and learning never stops. And as Asosa mentioned earlier, we are now in the world of AI, so attackers are now using AI. So in the process of learning, I also explore some AI tools already. I try to do research. So basically, it's just extensive research, and it's fun. So that makes sense.
Thank you very, very much, Vincent. Absolutely fantastic. I haven't learned a couple of things from your presentation. So Vincent has been able to show us how he was able to carry out simulated attacks in the system using various tools to figure out vulnerabilities, find vulnerabilities in that system. And of course, then you go ahead talking about the recommendation, you speak with the stakeholders, break things down, let everyone know this is what we're supposed to do to protect ourselves for in the future. Because see, in case if you don't know, cybersecurity is no small thing right now. Companies, any company that is hacked, or that there's some sort of a penetration, that there's some sort of a leak in terms of data, they stand the I would not say they stand the chance, okay, but I guess that's what I can say right now. They stand the chance of being sued for a whole lot of money. So many organizations are looking at, we need cybersecurity experts that will come in and help us prevent that kind of loss. And Vincent has just been able to show us how cybersecurity analyst can accomplish that. Thank you very, very much, Vincent. One question for you, Vincent. So, Vincent, were you a cybersecurity expert before, and doing your cybersecurity training with analytics? What was the experience like? What has the experience been like?
I'll be very honest. I have not. I was not even. I didn't even study computer science to begin with. So
Wow.
yeah. So, but starting the program, I started November thereabouts, and it was a bit of. I was all over the place, but the question I kept asking the facilitators and the instructors is, how do I find my feet in this? Cybersecurity is very, vague, like pen testing, SOC analysis, networking, this, that, like. But over the course of the program, I realized that, at some point, you just, the more you learn, the more you discover yourself. So I've been able I will be honest with you guys. I'm still in the middle of, still trying to figure myself out 100%, but trust me, I've moved from points maybe let's say I'm going to point K. I've moved from point A to point G right now. So I already know the
Fantastic.
direction I'm looking at. I already know where I need to focus on so that I can, explore and learn fully. But basically, this program exposes you to the basis of things, like the foundational level. You're able to like pick on everything because trust me, as a so I'm sure there are a lot of experts here, but from the little I know, you cannot just learn one thing. Everything, it's like onion. So if you're learning this, you're picking part of this, part of that. Even as an executive, I was talking about the shareholders. Even they themselves, at some point they have to like do, even if it's as simple as a phishing course, just to understand what that works. So, but over time, I've realized that the more you learn, the more you discover yourself. And trust me, this trip over the past 3 4 months or 5 months or thereabouts, it's been fun. It's been engaging. The facilitators have been great, and I've learned a lot. And another thing is I've actually learned to actually improve on my presentation, and and then again meeting up with deadlines, because I really suck at meeting up with deadlines. As you can see, I was struggling to present today because I did not meet up, but I'm a work in progress anyways. So that's it basically. But it's been fun, and I really appreciate the opportunity for learning all
Thank
this.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Vincent. Thank you for joining us today and for showing us what you've been able to work on. Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate your time. And I know that every other person on the call also enjoyed hearing you speak and taking us through everything that you've taken us through today. Thank you once again.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thanks.
Yeah. So, guys, so you've seen, not just from me, because I have said a lot of things, and you might be like, oh, Isa was just saying things. Isa was just saying things. Okay, so I said a lot of, I have said a lot of things, but now you've also seen a lot of things, and you've seen these things from people like you, people that at one point, say before they got into the program, they were probably having the same questions that you currently do have. Should I go forward with this? What program is the right path for me? If I go ahead to learn right now, am I going to be able to achieve my goals? All of those questions that you have right now, these are people that had those questions, made the right path, made the right decision, and you can see where they've gotten to right now. And that can be the same case for you as well. I said something at the start of the session. I said, remember the question that you have. Remember the question you're currently asking yourself. For some of us, the question is, oh, I want to get sponsorship. How am I going to do that? For some of us, the question is, oh, I want to get a remote role. How am I going to do that? For some of us, the question is, oh, I want to learn more in tech. I want to learn more in tech, but I don't know who to go to. I don't know where to start from. I don't know who to teach me. For some of us, the question is, I want to upgrade my career. I need direction. And that in this session, I was going to show you, and I believe I've done so, and that you were going to see, and I believe that you've seen how the answers to each and every one of these questions and the right path that you need to take. As a data scientist, something that you'll be working on, of course, you'll be building models. Of course, we're not really able to take data science presentations due to time, but you'll be building models, AI models that can predict the future. You'll be able to analyze data. You'll be able to make sense of data. As a data engineer, just like Chukwemeka showed us, you will be able to build databases. Take that data from the source and present it to the analysts, the people that will be able to analyze this data and get data-driven decisions from it. As a DevOps engineer, you are more in the middle, take between development and orchestration, automating and maintaining infrastructure. And of course, as a cybersecurity analyst, you are there to guide the company's resources, guide the company's network, guide the company's data, and prevent unrestricted access to certain things. You can get to be a part of all of this. All you have to do is just join our next cohort. And the next cohort begins on the 6th of June. 6th of June, a couple of weeks from now. You can get into it. And the fantastic thing is, it's Nurses Week. Okay, it's Nurses Week. I'm sure that you know that. Oh, last week was Nurses Week, and so we had a discount. We had a discount where for 20% discount for nurses and also medical professionals. That's 130 slots for medical professionals. That's what's left anyways at the moment. And of course, 35 slots left for non-medical professionals. And all of this is just to celebrate Nurses Week, because of course nurses are very, very close to each and every one of us. And I know that for some of us on the call right now, we are also nurses. We work in the healthcare sector. So do yourself a favor and be a part of this so you can get the 20% discount and so you can be a beneficiary of the Nurses Week scholarship. And so what do you have to do to get to benefit? All you have to do, just click on the link that I'm going to send to the group chat, to the chat box right now. So click on that link and go ahead to make payment. So you can also break this down into multiple installments. You can break this down into as much as 5 installments. But the most important thing right now, the most important thing for you is ensuring that you have been able to key into the discount so you don't end up paying the full amount. Okay, so just give me a moment and I'll share the link with you. So just click on this link. Click on this link and go ahead to register. Go ahead to register, get the scholarship, and of course, that's be one step closer to achieving your dreams. Again, don't forget the reason why you joined this call. There's a reason each and every one of you joined this meeting. There's a reason why you joined this meeting, Jude. There's a reason why you joined this meeting, David. There's a reason you joined this call, Kristen. There's a reason you joined in, Latif. There's a reason you joined in. You have a goal you want to achieve. Go ahead and make that link right now, and let us help you achieve your goals. This is the third time I'm going to be saying it, or maybe even the fourth. That Analytics, what we do is that we make dreams come true, and we can make your dream come true as well. You want to get sponsorship? Go ahead and register. You want to work remotely? Go ahead and register. You want someone to teach you, you want someone to hold your hand and take you through tech, make you become a maestro? Go ahead and register. You want to upgrade your career? You want to leave what you're doing right now to do something even better? Excuse me. Go ahead and register. Okay, so I'm going to take questions if we have questions. So if you have questions, you can just use the raise hand icon and I'll take questions and we call it a day. Okay, so quickly, you're going to click on that link and then go ahead to, even if you can't make the full payments at the moment, okay, you can break that down into installments. Pay installmentally, but your key concern right now is getting the scholarship, being a part of the 20% discount. Any questions? Do I have questions? Okay, if you guys don't have questions from me, I guess I would ask you questions. So, David, how are you doing? I hope you benefited from this session. Do you have questions for me, or the reason why you joined the session? Have you been able to get the answer?
Good evening. Yes, I was stuck. I don't know. I want to go into tech, but I was stuck. I don't know where to start from and then. But I think as I go through the presentation or whatever, so I think I'll choose cybersecurity. And then the only thing I want to ask you is there any certification after the completion?
Absolutely.
Yes, I want to
Yes.
know. Yeah.
Absolutely, David. You're going to be getting a certification, a globally recognized certificate that is recognized by the ACTD from in the US, and also recognized by the CDS, or sorry, the CBS in the UK as well. So these two things, so because we are accredited in both of these countries, and you're going to be getting a certificate, and not just a certificate, because the certificate is important, but that's not the most important thing. The most important thing when you want to get a job is the skills. The most important things when you want to get a job is the technical proficiency, and you are going to be getting those things as well. You mentioned something, David, that you're a bit confused, that you were a bit confused about how to get started. That's why we are here. All you need to do, you've mentioned that you're already interested in cybersecurity. You can go ahead, make payment for cybersecurity, or even if you're not really sure at the moment, like cybersecurity you want to go for, no problem. Still go ahead and make payment for cybersecurity. And then you can book a one-on-one session with us where we get to go through, we get to take a look at your experience, take a look at your path, everything that you've been able to, everything that you have. And then we get to have a conversation and we find the right path for you. And then if you decide, oh, I'm no longer interested in cybersecurity, I want DevOps now, we can make that switch for you on the at the back end. But the most important thing for you right now, David, is making that commitment and going ahead to register. Because when it comes to, oh, I don't know where to get started, you're already in the right place. And that is with analytics. Okay?
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. I think I have Losamba, do you have a question? Okay, so I guess no question from Losamba. So that's about it today. Thank you everyone for joining me. I had a great time and I hope that you did as well. Okay, and I'll be looking forward to seeing each and every one of you in class. I'll be looking forward to seeing you. Till then, please do stay safe and
Sorry, please.
go ahead and register.
I do have a question. My mic was having a problem, please.
So you can go ahead. Okay, no problem.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. You can go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, my mic was having a problem, like I said. Yeah, I just came across this analytic just like yesterday through the Facebook. And I happen to be someone that is trying to transition into IT. I've been in Canada for close to 4 years now. And I've kind of like trying to do everything, but I think what actually I'm lacking in perspective is the hands-on in IT, because I before I left the United States to Canada, I have done DevOps. And I moved to Canada. I did a 1 year cloud engineering, and now I'm also doing cybersecurity. So I kind of like be picking from left to right, but I just tried to get a one-to-one section with you guys on Monday because I'm really kind of confused, because through this presentation today, I've got to have a lot of courage trying to find myself into IT, thinking that this is can be a really path for me to go through. So I just managed to book a one-to-one section so that I could have that career upgrade, so that I could have someone to really guide me into really what actually can be useful for me.
Okay, no problem, Lasamba. So what's going to happen? We're going to reach out to you, and we'll get to schedule a session for you. Okay, so we'll reach out to you. I've taken down your name, and we should already have your email address, because I believe when you signed up for this session, you filled the form, right?
Yes.
Great. So that means we have your email address. So we're going to reach out to you, and we'll get you sorted.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. All right then. Thank you very, very much, everyone, and have a lovely day. Bye. And Lasamba, please look out for our messages. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. I will get
Sure.
to.
Bye, everyone.